Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about the new live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender series that dropped on Netflix a few days ago. Now, I'll just start by telling you about what I thought of the other Avatar: The Last Airbenders. The original cartoon, I'm a very big fan of. I'm currently rewatching it actually, and this is definitely one of my favourite non-anime cartoons of all time. Absolutely love Avatar: The Last Airbender. The M. Night Shyamalan film from 2010 was absolutely rubbish. One of the worst film adaptations of anything I've ever seen in my life. And believe it or not, I actually watched this live-action film before I saw the original cartoon, believe it or not. The film basically, they pronounce a lot of the names of the characters completely wrong, and the acting in a lot of the film is also not very good. They also basically rush through the whole first season of the cartoon into an hour and a half length film. So it ends up feeling just way too rushed, and you just don't really care about what's going on. I will give credit where credit's due, that visually it is a pretty film to look at, I will give it that. But as a whole, really not a very good adaptation, and really not a good film in general. So, now this is a brand new adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender that's on Netflix, and I will start off by saying that it is definitely a huge improvement over the film from 2010. Much better, significantly better than that film. But that's not really saying a great deal, is it? I mean, I doubt many people are expecting it to be worse. Yeah, it's better than that film is, but I also would still say it is nowhere near as good as the original cartoon is. Not even close. The characters are way more entertaining in the original cartoon, and they have way more personality. Like Sokka, for example, he is hilarious in the original cartoon, has a lot of great jokes and stuff like that, whereas they've really toned his humour down in the live-action remake. Now, he still has his funny moments. He's not like he is in the 2010 film where he has no comedy whatsoever. He still is funny at points, but not at the level he was in the cartoon. And some of the other characters also just don't feel quite the same. Zuko, though, the actor for Zuko was pretty much spot on, and so was the actor for Zuko's uncle too. The actor for Zuko's uncle wasn't quite the same as he was in the cartoon, but it was still a really good performance. But at the same time, this did make some changes to the original cartoon, which is to be expected. I mean, there's not much point in remaking something if you're not going to change anything at all. It did kind of move some stuff around, you find out who Aang the Avatar is before it's revealed. Before that scene when he comes out of the ice, that you already see his backstory, or some of his backstory, and I kind of feel like it was better when we just found out right in that. It kind of takes away from some of the mystery, in my opinion. And as a whole, I would say that I couldn't help but feel when I was watching this live action series that I wished I was watching the cartoon, because the cartoon was just so much better, significantly a better show, and there isn't really much of a reason to watch this live action Avatar over the original cartoon. I would say, if any newcomer is interested in Avatar, I would highly recommend watching the original cartoon. It is just so much better. I wouldn't say it's as good as the live-action One Piece that came out earlier this year. I actually was a really, really big fan of that. I thought it was a really solid adaptation. This one is not as good as that live-action One Piece is. But it's still a decent adaptation. I would say that if you watch it, you'll probably have a fine time with it. It is perfectly serviceable. And it is entertaining overall. But it's really just not a great adaptation. But I would still say that I enjoyed it fine for what it was. And I will probably watch the next season when it comes out, and the following season if there are more seasons of it. From a scale of 1 to 10, probably a 6-ish, maybe 5.5. Now, please let me know what your thoughts on the Avatar new live action series are. Do you think it's as good as the cartoon, or do you think it's not? Do you think it's better? Do you absolutely love the new live action series, or do you hate it? Do you think it's just nowhere near the spirit of the original, and you think it ruins it, or do you maybe think it's even worse than the film from 2010? I doubt there are many people that think that, but whatever your thoughts are, please do let me know in the comments below. This is just my opinion. It doesn't have to be the same as yours. You can have whatever opinion you wish to have on the new live action series. Please do check out my other channel. If you of interest in the subject of autism, or you know anybody who's autistic, please do check out my other channel where I do videos talking about how autism affects me as an autistic person. And you can also check out my website from there as well. And if you're interested in following me on this channel, I do sometimes make videos on different forms of media every now and again when I feel like it, but not as often as I should. But if you want to keep up with these, please do hit the subscribe button. And take care, goodbye for now.